we all fine here. We are all fine here.
That remains to be seen. But hey, everyone, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm here with the Inspector who reacts. Hello, Inspector. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm ready to talk about these movies with you.
I
Get
am
your
too.
experience on them.
I am too. This was I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought for sure I wasn't gonna like them as much as the Tobey Maguire ones, but
Yeah,
I say I like them just as much actually. MXC,
yeah,
hello. How are you? I did.
they've they've got their own unique charm to them.
Yeah, like if someone were to say, okay, pick your favorite of the two, again, not including like the newer
Mhm.
ones. Um,
There's three actually, but it's like yeah, pick
well, that's what I mean. Like
the
if
three
not
Spider-Man now.
not
You've seen all
including
three.
not including the newer ones. Like if I had to
Yeah,
pick between the two old Spider-Mans.
yeah,
Yeah,
between
like
Toby and
Toby
Andrew.
and yeah. I don't think I could pick my favorite because I feel like they overall they did a really good job of telling the story. Like I like a good story. And
Yeah.
obviously this. I mean, we're going to talk about the first one first, but obviously the second one got
Oh yeah.
me in all the feels and just punch in the
Oh
gut, slap in the face.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but let's
Yeah.
get into that.
As somebody is like so many people say is like I think this Peter Parker, this Spider-Man was much more of like the grown-up Spider-Man in the comics,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Toby was much more like the teenager Peter Parker in the original.
Uh huh.
Like, there's very different types of Spider-Man from types of these two actors or
Yeah.
something. Uh, yeah, it really doesn't feel like they're trying to copy anything. They're really like their own identity or something with these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, they were very different. Like I felt like um the Peter Parker you played by Tobey Maguire, like his Spider-Man was much more like um quiet and low key
Mhm.
and um and I feel like obviously not the last, not the third one, but in this one, the Amazing Spider-Man, I feel like he started out that way. um
Mhm.
Once he like gains these ability, it's like it gives him this like huge boost of confidence, and um
Yeah.
this other personality comes out, and it was cute. Like I thought he was adorable.
Yeah, he's got his own unique little like the little like him stuttering, him repeating his phrases or something. The way he acts is
Hmm.
okay. So I don't know like not that I have like issues with like MJ and Peter, but Gwen and Peter in this so much better.
Yes. Oh my gosh. First of all, I love Emma Stone. Like,
Hmm.
and anything that she's ever in, she's just like amazing. Um,
Yeah, they're so
Jose,
cute.
hello, how are you? How's it going? Um, like Mary Jane was she I and it's not her fault. It's not Kirsten Dunst, obviously not her fault. It was the way she was written.
Yeah,
She just screamed for three movies. She played a damsel in distress, and again, not that I read the comics, but I'm pretty sure that was probably maybe truer to the comics because that was how they wrote women back then. But like Emma Stone was much more like, I feel like modern. Like she was really
yeah.
smart, and she was confident, and she was funny and sassy, and um
She can take care of herself most of the
yeah,
time, but yeah.
she like in the second one, she ran to help Peter when he was
Hmm.
facing Electro, like, and he just kept telling her,
Yeah,
no, no, you have to go, and she's like, no,
yeah,
you need me. I would be like, okay, you want me to go? Like, good luck, you could handle this better than I can.
yeah. Um, and yeah,
I was gonna
and
say that.
like we fight.
Oh, sorry. Right
What?
away, you could say he reminds me so much of Hayden Christensen. He is like the Anakin
Yeah,
Skywalker of Spider-Man, but he looks like him too. Like
yeah, a
if
little
you
bit.
look at his face, the messed up hair, that boyish
Hmm.
grin and charm, like he reminds me
Definitely,
so much of Hayden Christensen.
he's got he's got that awkward. it's like episode 2 Anakin almost. It's
Mm-hmm. And I don't
like a
know.
little
I
bit of
was
the
wondering.
awkward,
I
but
was like,
he's much more adorable with it. He's
yeah.
kind of like he's almost like what I would see between Hayden and Jake between like episode 1 and episode 2 Anakin, like a little bit of that
I was wondering. I
kind of
was like, is this why
teenager.
people hated it, these movies so much? Because without realizing it, we're like, oh, it's like Anakin Skywalker.
They, these two movies were not liked as much, mostly because again they were being compared against the Toby movies because
Yeah.
that was like the beloved trilogy or something. That these movies were having to compete with that
Mm-hmm.
kind of nostalgia or something, um, sort of thing. So and yeah, so the second movie kind of suffered again from studio interference
Mm-hmm.
because they were adding. There was a lot of villains and plot points being stuffed into that one. That's
Yeah.
kind of why. Again, the same thing kind of happened with 3
Mm-hmm.
from the trilogy.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, Captain Spike, hello. In person, Hayden does look like Garfield a bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like these movies because the villains in the second movie have no depth.
Yeah, they're not fleshed out enough.
I felt like first of all, I was excited to see Jamie Foxx in the second one, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see more of his time as himself before he turned into Electro. Like I was like
Yeah.
so excited to see him, and I loved the character that they had for him. He was like adorable, and like
Yeah.
he was somebody who just wanted to be seen, and he wanted to be needed and appreciated, and
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of him as himself before he was turned
Yeah.
into Electro.
Yeah.
Which
He does.
was heartbreaking. That scene
He's a little
upset me.
spider obsessed.
Like,
Early on,
he
but
is. He's hyper fixated on Spider-Man, so not healthy.
Yeah.
But he was so
Yeah.
cute, and like
But
there
yeah,
was something relatable about him, and
and
I
he does get pushed down a lot, which he doesn't deserve.
yeah,
So
we've all felt that way. So I wanted to see more of him, and then
yeah.
his
We
friend.
also have
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
I
You
was
go
to
ahead.
say,
I'm sorry.
in terms of like his friend, I felt like there was depth to him too. I mean, again, you don't get, it's just one movie, so they don't spend too much time on him, and you're dealing with two villains at the same time. So yeah, I guess they're not going to be as fleshed out as they could.
Yeah.
And being, more.
Like Harry. You mean Harry? The
Yeah,
Harry in this
like
one?
yeah. So I guess like Harry, you have 3 films, and with these villains, it was just one movie, and again, they're doing 2 at once.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they sucked me into it. I felt terrible for his, his childhood friend.
Yeah.
Like that was a really sad
Yeah.
thing.
It's one of those things where it's kind of like because you have the context of the original trilogy,
Zemo.
the first one, that they kind of felt like, not to say they skipped or something, but it was more like, which again is another thing. This is kind of why we didn't get the Uncle Ben story with Tom's Spider-Man and Civil War and all that, because we've already done Uncle Ben twice. We don't need to do it a third time.
I'm glad they left that out because, like, that would have upset me. I was like, when I was watching, the first the Amazing Spider-Man movie, I was like, oh God, I gotta live through this again. Like I watched him die in the last one. Like I can't do it again. Like, I hated reliving that. And that's why I'm glad they didn't put that in the newer ones because I think that would have made me dislike it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Although to be fair, when you saw those, you hadn't.
I hadn't
you hadn't
seen,
seen
well,
you hadn't seen the first one like a long
but
time ago. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's like, out of the 3, the newer one is my favorite.
With three experiences relived over again.
But like out of the 3, like the newer one is my favorite because like as I recall, nobody dies. Like it didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't cry through it. It made me laugh. It was funny. Like.
Yeah.
These 2 had like death, a lot
Very,
of death of
very
people
serious.
you cared about, and that's just me. I cannot rewatch movies that have that. Now, okay, like I know there's Star Wars, but I'm sure I've shared this in the past. I don't rewatch those scenes. I fast forward through those scenes so I don't have to relive it. I'm done.
But yeah, what did you think of like Uncle Ben and Aunt May in this version compared to like the?
I was gonna say, I thought the cast in this one was like amazing. Sally Field, And then
Yeah,
was it
a lot
Mike?
of very big names in this one.
I'm not good with names, but was that Michael Keaton? As
Uh,
no,
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. Who was Uncle Ben in this one? The actor.
Uh, uh, Ch- uh Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
Michael
Charlie.
Sheen.
No,
Not
Michael
Charlie
Sheen.
Sheen. No, his dad. Wait,
Mike, was it Michael Sheen?
uh,
I don't know the
Michael
names.
Sheen. Yeah.
Wasn't isn't it
Gosh.
like a Michael?
Yeah. Mark Sheen. I think.
No, not Mark. Between the two of us, we're
Um,
like Mark, Michael, Matthew.
it's Michael. Okay. Yeah.
Michael. Okay, I was half right. I got
Yeah.
one half, you got the other half. um yeah, they got like a really good cast. And
Mhm.
they were so good. I mean, I liked the Uncle Ben and Aunt May from the first one. Um
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
feel like
Sally
they're
Field
more
was so good.
serious than the
Yeah.
last one. The last couple
Mhm.
were like the last couple weren't more inspiring or optimistic or
Mhm.
sweet. I
Mhm.
feel like these were much more down to earth, serious, very difficult. Like they're struggling kind of
Mhm. Yeah.
um, couple or something. Uh, so, but oh,
Martin Sheen?
Martin
Oh,
Martin
crap.
Sheen Martin. Good lord, we're getting we're spiraling down into the
We're all fine here. We should just change the name of this to the shit show podcast because we what the hell's going on?
I'll scare away people.
I think we're like the only people who do these types of shows where like I don't have notes. Sometimes I have notes, but it's like I don't
I'm
do my
pretty sure I'm
homework.
like
I don't do my research. I show up and that is that's all you're getting from me. Cuz it's half the battle. I don't do the other
yeah.
half of it.
Um, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about like Aunt May. Like again, they're really good, but they are very different sort of
Mhm.
thing. Like
Yeah.
um, I do like that one scene in two, which I think is like a very good performance by Sally when she's like when she's with Peter in his room and she's like looking at his wall of
Mhm.
things and she's like saying no, like you need to stop, like like I'm the one who took care of you. I'm the one who raised you. You're like
Yeah.
focusing on your father. It's like I'm the one who took care of you. I'm the one.
Yeah.
Like she's um it's a very good performance. It's
Mhm.
kind of one of those things where like it's kind of these movies have good performance where like you forget that sometimes they're superhero movies.
Mhm. Yeah,
I really
I do like it when it's not just about the effects and the tricks and the powers
yeah
and I like it's nice when there's a story behind it and then there's human emotions and feelings and real life things that happen like you know
yeah
people dying, not that I
um
like watching that, but
and yeah
keep going.
and we gotta kind of we get Peter's parents in this one, which
I
is
was I it might sound silly. I was like so excited about that. Because you wonder, like, as I
yeah
recall, they don't talk about it in the Disney Marvel, do they?
yeah they don't talk about it in the new
Okay.
ones, and I don't think they really talked about it in
In the
the
old ones, right?
original trilogy either.
So adding that, I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, oh, wait a minute, like that's his parents, and I liked how there was this ongoing mystery between the two movies of figuring out what
Yeah
his parents were doing, what happened to them, and like there was the mystery with the bag and its contents and the file, and how between the two
yeah
movies he kept trying to figure it out, and um, and then he in a moment of anger throws the calculator and the tokens fall out, and um,
yeah
I thought that I like a good mystery.
yeah
So I like that they added
um
that element.
yeah we also see him make the suit kind of like
Mhm.
actually like build it up over time
Mhm.
during the which is really cool. And we
Yeah.
kind of see like this is we really see like tech Peter in this one.
Mhm.
Like we see because that's kind of the thing about him is he builds his gear.
Yeah.
He builds the suit. He builds the web shooters, which
Mhm.
this time he has web shooters. And he makes them
Mhm.
with a little bit of tech from stuff he stole from Oscorp. But yeah, he's it's interesting to see him make the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the one, like, of course, when he's making the web shooters, some he's struggling with them. Sometimes
Yeah.
they backfire on him.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Uh, and then in two, he's trying to deal with batteries, so it's like
yeah.
he's trying to like get zapped a lot, and then starts firing. He's like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom Holland is technical too, yeah, but
Oh, I was gonna
I
say, I
feel like
thought.
we get more technical in this one. I was talking to
Oh
uh,
yeah, no, I was, but that
Peter.
reminded me that yeah, I that having that in the movie made me think of the newer one. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like here it is. It does remind me a lot of the older one because of like the his backstory or whatever. But the
Yeah,
fact that they added like the technology aspect to it, I was like, oh, and that's kind of like the new one. Like I felt like, oh, this is kind of like a happy medium between the two.
yeah.
Um,
This was like like a bridge.
yeah, yeah.
It's kind of interesting how you're kind of like going through like 20 years of nostalgia for me of like from the original trilogy
Mhm.
to these two duos, and now like you've already seen the MCU one.
Mhm. It certainly has made me develop an appreciation for the character. I do get why people
Yeah,
like Spider-Man so much.
yeah,
He seems to be a favorite. I feel like of all them, Spider-Man's like everywhere. You know,
yeah.
most.
He's kind again. He's like the everyman
Yeah.
kind of hero.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
But the train in the second movie
um,
made me laugh. That mechanism for hiding the lab was so over the top. It's unrealistic, but
yeah. That was like
cool.
okay. Like I know in MCU that make if it was in the MCU that'd be like okay, that kind of I get that technology, but here is like these movies feel a little grounded. They kind of like okay, where did that come from?
I feel like in real life that probably would have been like it would have been flooded or vandalized. Like somebody would
Yeah,
have found it.
the gears wouldn't the rusted wouldn't have like opened or anything like that.
Yeah.
Um,
It makes me wonder. I don't know if there's any
yeah,
abandoned like subways. I'm gonna have to Google that.
yeah. Um,
Go on an adventure.
uh, let's see. I'm trying to think.
Oh, let's see what else.
I do love that one scene where he's like, after he gets bit and he's getting all the like fever and everything, he's hungry.
Oh yeah.
He's like, he's got all the, he's like hyper. Oh yeah, he wakes up and smashes the clock immediately because he
He's
doesn't
got
know
the
his own strength
superhuman
yet.
strength and breaking the
Yeah,
baseboard of the basketball hoop.
yeah.
Um, backboard. I don't know. I don't do sports. I don't know what they're called. Um,
Oh, him throwing the
yeah,
football back at the goal line or field goal sort of
yeah.
thing. And yeah, nobody knows he's Spider-Man. It's like
Nobody can
he
figure
doesn't
it
really
out.
hide it.
Nobody thinks it's weird that he's doing all these things. Um,
Yeah, who's that kid in the subway that like stuck to the ceiling? Yeah, that totally isn't Spider-Man.
no. Fantastic Four is a team, but they were
Um,
up there too.
yeah, and then one of those. I both love and hate this one moment. Is like I love like when Uncle Ben like he sees uh Gwen and he's like he's got you on his computer. It's like don't say that.
I know.
You don't say that.
Way
You
to
don't say
embarrass
that to
him.
her.
Not creepy. If somebody said that to me, I would be creeped out.
Yeah,
I mean, I
know,
realize
just
I'm
like,
on
you
your
don't say
your
that.
computers, but you know what I mean. Like if somebody said they had a picture of me on their computer.
But yeah,
Um,
and yeah, Gwen's so good in this movie.
she really is. She's just very. I mean, her Emma Stone in general, she's just so likable. That's why I feel like I like her in everything she does because there's just something about
Yeah.
her. Um. So and she played the part so well. She was strong. She was funny.
That that moment where like they're on the roof and they're talking about like he wants to reveal he's Spider-Man. Um and then like she walks away and he webs her hip and spins her. He's like that's how he reveals. It's like that was so good. It's like
Yeah, that was
I'm
funny.
sorry, I just love there's one thing this movie perfected was the romance. It's so good in this movie.
There was no sand lines in there. I don't like
Yeah.
sand.
No say. at all. And
Um,
it doesn't take like a long time for him to reveal it to her. He's just like says, "Hey, I'm Spider."
mm-hmm. But if you bent the pole on the goal post, they would find him. Yes. Ever see the movie Easy A with Emma Stone? Oh my gosh, my sister loved that movie. I never sat through it. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah,
Salmon's in
I've
it
heard of
too.
that movie, but I've never seen it yet.
I don't remember everything I've seen her in. I've got to watch. I
It's
gotta
funny.
watch
I know her
Cruella.
so much, but I don't remember like this is like the only movie I can think of
I know she
like
was
off the top of
in.
my head. Like what's the one?
I know Easy A. She was in The Help. She was in Cruella. Um,
Right.
what
Oh,
was that
Cruella. Yeah.
musical? There was a musical that she did, like a musical movie
La
with
La Land.
dancing. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
there was
but
another one I've seen
okay.
her in. I can't think of
My
it.
favorite line and favorite moment in all of these movies is that one where they're in the broom closet hiding. And he's like, "This is the most cliche hiding spot," and she's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't take us to the Bahamas of
Yes.
hiding places." I love that line so much.
Oh, super bad. I never saw. There was another movie and I can't think of what it was. But anyway, she's just
Yeah.
wonderful.
Um.
So,
So yeah, we have we again because apart from Goblin, we since oh that's another thing. So this because I guess these movies didn't work out. But they were setting up a more after this, but because it didn't work out, they canceled like a third movie, sort of thing.
mm-hmm.
And this happened. This basically was kind of like in a weird irony. This movie's failing is what allowed us to get Spider-Man into the MCU. Is what allowed
Mm-hmm.
Tom Holland and all that stuff to happen.
Right.
So if this movie had been successful, we probably would not have gotten, or we would have gotten this, we would have gotten Garfield into the MCU, or we would not have gotten, we would just continue with Garfield in his own
Right.
world. Oh, they decided to reboot before the second movie premiered. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like Sony was so like trying to keep Spider-Man for themselves
Mm-hmm.
that because if they don't make a Spider-Man movie, they have to get rid of the rights, sort of thing.
Oh.
So that's kind of why they had to reboot after the trilogy they finished.
Mm-hmm. Um, that reminds me. What's her face was also in it. I can never remember her name from Rogue One.
Oh yes.
And
Felicity
somebody
Jones.
told me Felicity Jones, yeah. And somebody
Yeah,
told me she was
yes,
originally
she's
going to be Catwoman.
huh?
She was supposed to be
Huh?
Catwoman, like they were setting her up to
Black
be
Cat. Yeah, she was supposed to be Black
Okay,
Cat. Yeah,
she
that
would have been
which
good. She would have been great as.
that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for when Black Cat shows up in these movies.
Um,
Yeah,
we only had her for a brief
Jen.
period of time, but
What? Sorry.
me, huh? I said we
Yeah,
only
what'd
had
you
her.
say?
We only had her for like a brief period of time in the movie, but it was cool
Yeah.
to see her.
Um,
You just didn't like it compared to the MCU at the time that these movies came out. MCU was full stride. I remember when Ryan Gosling won a Golden Globe or something for La La Land. Ryan Reynolds kissed Andrew Garfield when the crowd was applauding. Aww. Oh, Felicia.
oh yeah. But also,
Lucifer, darling. Hello,
yeah,
how are you? Welcome aboard.
these movies have one of the best Stan Lee cameos. Is him in the library just listening to music while
Oh,
Lizard
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man are fighting.
I love that he's in all the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. And then the other one where he's at the graduation and he like sees Spider-Man. He's like, I know that guy. So yeah, we had we had in these movies we had Lizard, we had Rhino, we had Goblin Harry, and Electro, which are other Spider-Man villains.
hmm
Um, and like I said, they were planning. They had a plan, or there was a plan to continue this kind of universe. So
Mm-hmm.
um, we were probably going to get a new Doc Ock. We were probably going to get a new Venom or something like that because um, they're trying to set up this thing called Sinister Six, which is like six of Spider-Man's villains teaming up to fight Spider-Man.
Right.
That's kind of what they're what the comic does. Um, so that's what they were probably building up to with this franchise, and maybe the MCU
Mm-hmm.
will pull it off
Right.
with new Spider-Man.
Does
Yeah.
sorry, side note. Does Gwen Stacy die in the comics? Because I know you said Mary Jane
Yes.
comes after, so she does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gwen. Yes. Gwen does die in the comics, and yeah, that's yeah. It's actually a very big moment in the comics too, for
Yeah.
because uh okay, so it's interesting is in the comics it's I don't know if this is a settled debate or something because there was this debate like because so what happens is Goblin like throws Gwen Stacy off a bridge. It's kind of like what happens in the first Spider-Man movie, but it was supposed to be Gwen instead of MJ. Um, and when Peter saves her, uh, she's dead. And what I don't know if it's a debate, but I think there was supposedly happened was that because of Peter's strength and the Force and everything, the Whiplash, he actually killed her by snapping her neck, and she like he like caught her ankle, and she the Whiplash like killed her.
Well, kind of like what happened in
So
this movie. Like he catches her, and when he catches her, her head whips back
yeah,
and hits
and
the concrete.
they kind of went with kind of a middle ground where he catches her and but she hits the ground
Yeah.
still, sort of thing. Um, yeah, they it was a very dark moment for Peter. It was very brutal, especially for comic. I remember like hearing the comic book readers being like, "That wow, that just happened. Like that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't happen. You just killed like Gwen." And then yeah, it's kind of a it's one of those things I already knew about, so I knew this was coming.
Right.
I was
Right.
wondering, like, for you didn't know that
I
she
didn't.
was gonna
No.
die, or
No. And
yeah,
I was like, he's. It's like I'm watching her fall. I'm like, he's gonna catch her. He's gonna catch her. He's gonna catch her. He's gonna catch her. And then he just catches her, and then saw her head go back, and it was like, and then he goes down to her side. I'm like, did she hit her head? Maybe I missaw it. She couldn't have hit her head. Is she moving? I can't tell if she's moving. She's got to be okay. She's got to be okay. She's gonna wake up. She's gonna wake up. And like you're waiting and waiting and waiting for some sign of life, and then all of a sudden you see the blood coming out, and I was like, I can't. I felt
yeah,
like somebody like slapped me in the face, punched me in the gut. I was frozen. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. And
yeah,
I mean, I started crying.
yeah.
I was so
It's
upset.
they do kind of build it up because of, like her dad, like kept like we see the ghost of her dad, and we can see her. He's kind of saying like keep don't let Gwen get involved with you
Hmm.
because something bad can happen to her,
Yeah,
and eventually it does that does actually happen,
yeah,
but and yeah, this version kind of does like something. Uh, they do they try to do something similar, but instead of like a bridge, they do a clock tower
hmm.
for her, and yeah, they kind of have her hit the ground.
I
And
I heard it, but I was like, maybe I misheard it. It's like it's like
yeah,
what happened, but
you
you're like,
didn't
well,
believe it
I could have
until
misheard
yeah,
it. I could have missaw it. I was like,
yeah,
it could have been maybe, or like, oh, was there a belt? Was she wearing a belt? Was it something? Just like you just start
yeah.
to reason things out, and I'm like, there's no way.
You're trying to find
I,
you were in denial.
I was yes, um, but they did
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's sad. They do
Yeah.
such a good job, but it's sad.
Well, exactly. Like when a movie makes you feel that, like they did a
Mhm.
good job. Which is like so like I had heard that people didn't really like these two movies, and I'm like, but how could you not like that was so like that scene alone was so good. How could you not like it? As heartbreaking as it is, but it was so well done, and
Yeah.
You know, like how could you hate it?
Yeah. Um, I think most people don't like the everything around it, like the villains and all the other things, the confusing story or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gwen and Peter are fine, like
Yeah.
perfect almost. But like the other plot lines of this was, I think a lot of people have problems with mostly.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
with the way I watch a movie is I don't read too much into the details of the plot and everything else
yeah.
going. I look at like the surface level stuff, like I said, how it makes me feel and how how the
Hmm.
characters are portrayed, and so I guess
Yeah.
I'm kind of not
Yeah.
maybe
And
seeing the other
there's nothing.
things.
Yeah. There's still good movies.
Hmm.
There's a lot of going on in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
The theory.
I was gonna say it's like you're like your thing is like you're always like looking for good deaths or something.
Hmm.
Like when a death happens, you're hoping it's a good one or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like wondering how did this one like fare?
If it makes me sad, it's a good one. Not just remembering Egypt.
Yeah.
um,
And then he kind of quits being Spider-Man for like half a year
yeah.
after this, which I get. I kind of get. I kind of understand.
Yeah, after what
Kind of
happened to
neat.
her, he had to
Yeah.
figure out kind of who he was again, figure out his life without her and come to terms with it, and, accept himself like that this is his
Yeah.
life and, um, not blame himself. And then when that little boy puts on the Spider-Man
Yeah.
suit and he goes to face the guy at the end and, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. He faces off against Rhino, and then he returns.
mm-hmm.
It's yeah. It's actually
I like
really
that scene.
yeah. I like rewatching, even though I like have problems. I don't really like have. I do have problems with the movie. I do really like get emotional from moments like that because that is like at its core Spider-Man sort of
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, and so yeah, you're now kind of caught up on Spider-Man
I feel like I should have a
films.
certificate. I watched all the Spider-Man, you guys. Oh, I'm sure that there's probably some from back in the day, right?
Uh, mm, I don't know. Now that I think, well, there's like a TV show or something. There's like, but
I watched the new show.
yeah, there is one more Spider-Man related film I would like to show you, but that can wait. Basically, it is it is an animated movie,
Oh, okay.
and actually I think you should do like a reaction for that one for you.
All right, that'd be
That
fun.
would be interesting. Yeah.
Can do that. Into the
Um.
Spider-Verse.
But yeah.
Cool. I watched it, y'all.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. What did you? So like, I guess in like a ranking or comparing, like how do you like these movies? Um. Like in general.
I mean, I would say that out of the three series or just out of the two?
I'll say three,
Okay.
maybe. Like
So out of the three, obviously, like I said, the first one, the newer one with the Tom Holland or whatever,
yeah,
that's my favorite because again of how I feel when I watch it. Like it makes me laugh. To me, it's more lighthearted. Um, and so and I, when I look at a movie, I look at how, am I going to watch it again? And
yeah,
I like to watch things that make me feel good. So I would watch that one again. It has rewatchability
yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Then it would actually be the Garfield one, the Amazing
Mm.
Spider-Man. That's my number two.
Ah,
Um,
interesting.
I like him, and
And Toby would be the third.
yeah, he would be the third, even though that was so good. But
Mm.
I didn't really like him in the third one. And again, I had to listen to MJ scream for three movies. She was not well written. Um, so
The
she's
older
got to go
movies have
down.
like an interesting charm to them,
Oh
but
yes,
the newer ones, or these ones kind of have like a much more like better written characters or something,
Mm-hmm.
or better written couples of characters or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of feels more real,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like
Yeah. You can. I could.
relatable.
Can. Yeah. Exactly. Relatable. I could connect with these characters more easily than the ones from the Tobey Maguire
Mhm.
um, trilogy.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your ranking?
And now
Oh, sorry.
and now you can now watch the trailer.
Yes, I can watch the
The
trailer.
you can react to it. And it's maybe different because the first trailer you reacted to, you didn't see any of these movies before, and now you can like
Mm-hmm.
watch something in this one and
So wait, there was a
kind of
second.
understand, like get some reactions. Like you probably like have a you probably see some familiar things in the new trailer.
There was a second one you said, right? There was a second
Yep.
Spider-Man trailer.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
do you want to make that a video?
I'm too lazy.
Yeah. Just shrink me down at least. So
Spider-Man
because this is
trailer.
you.
Oh no, you can. You
No,
can
I mean I've seen it
stay.
already. We want to see you
Okay, so Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer
too. Yeah.
that came out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's an ad. 2.6 million views. Come on.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man,
Doctor Strange.
we started getting some visitors.
Oh, I recognize the grenade and the Green Goblin laugh.
Yep.
And the claw. That doesn't look like him.
He's a little older, a little bit. But yeah.
Oh, now I see. Without the sunglasses, it looks like him.
Yeah.
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
Yeah.
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
All this is kind of your mess. I know a couple magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
See, I like the humor of the new ones.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They all died fighting Spider-Man.
Why does Spider-Man have the leg thingies?
He's an Iron Spider suit. Yeah.
Ah.
Don't. They're a danger to our universe. Never take this away from me. Peter, you're stressing.
Ooh. There's Green Goblin.
Tries to make you
I saw John Favreau.
I can't save everyone.
Oh, Sandman.
Hmm.
He looks much scarier in this one.
Yeah.
MJ's falling. Like every other female in the Spider-Man movies. You know, one day the men are going to start falling and the women are going to save them. But anyway, I liked it. I knew who everybody was.
Yep. Yeah, and that, like we've got
Sure.
like some
Right, that's
familiar
what's different.
faces coming back.
Mm-hmm. So now it's not
We got-
confirmed if Tobey Maguire and Andrew.
It
are
is
coming back.
not confirmed if Andrew or Toby are going to be in this movie, though it is heavily, heavily implied.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we've got his Doc Ock, we've got his Goblin, we've got Andrew's Lizard and Andrew's Electro. Electro's back.
Oh,
Except
did
he's
I
a
miss
little
it in the
different, but he's
trailer?
back.
I must have missed it.
Yeah, he's the Yellow Lightning. Except it's much more
Oh!
comic accurate
No,
Electro.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
And Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
We got Toby's Sandman.
I hope that would be so
And-
cool. So they're
Yeah, so
confirmed
this is the
villains.
Sinister Six, basically. We're missing one more villain, but yeah, we got the Sinister. This is the Sinister Six movie.
Very cool.
And
They bring Emma to play Gwen as. That would be awesome if they brought Emma Stone back in some
if
way.
they do that. Yeah.
That's
So
that's so cool.
and what? Okay, so, yeah, this. I'm very excited because the trailer. There's like they've got like Doctor Strange is trying to send everybody back,
Mm-hmm.
but of course once Peter learns that sending them back kills them, he's like,
Right.
I don't want to like kill them. I don't want to send them back doing that.
Mm.
So it's like Peter's got to verse Doctor Strange and solve this. But maybe he can't.
Interesting.
And there's all this. There's some hype going on. Yeah. And
Very cool.
yep. So yeah. Now we got Willem Dafoe back.
Mm-hmm.
We got Alfred Molina back. We got Jamie Foxx back, yeah. So we haven't seen the actors of the other villains yet, but they're back.
I think
their villains are back.
just 5. There's
And,
6 for
yeah, it's next week. It is next Friday.
Oh wow.
This movie.
That was fast. I guess I
So,
finished it just in
yeah.
time.
Yep.
But what if they're lying? What if there's a secret 6th villain? They could lie.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. You guys would know better than me.
I feel like there's gotta be a maybe it's Bully McGuire. Maybe it's Bully McGuire's the 6th villain.
Maybe somebody who is not a villain turns into a villain. MJ's gonna turn into a villain, and then we're gonna get Emma Stone as Gwen.
Or I guess I can say like there's Ned. Ned
Oh, but I love
character in
Ned.
the comics. I know, but I think in the comics he does become another version of a goblin.
Oh.
So if they do that with him,
Oh boy.
they might.
Emo Spidey. It could be like Zombie Spider-Man. Zombie Spider-Man. And he's a villain.
But yeah. So yeah, you are ready now for this new Spider-Man movie.
I'm ready.
And so am I, because I marathon through these movies too, so
Mhm.
I'm excited to see this one as well.
Yeah.
Gone through some nostalgia, and now my nostalgia is ready to be fulfilled in these.
Zombie Captain. Pfft. Not canon.
Let's see. Oh,
Pertaya,
there's another
hello, how
thing.
are you? Hi. Sorry, go ahead.
There's another thing that we never, always kept meaning to mention, but we never talked about, was the music in the old movies. And like how,
I noticed,
like,
I'll say this, I did not notice the music in the Tobey Maguire movies. I did notice the music in this one. Like, the music in this one really stood out to me. And now I
Yeah.
did not look up who did the music, so I don't know.
Hans Zimmer did as Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think they had another one. I think it was James Horner did
Oh.
one.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I saw, and I did look it up. I think we talked about it. But Hans Zimmer. There's
Danny Elfman did the original trilogy.
Okay. Hans Zimmer's music, there's like a sound to it. You know, like I love his music.
Yeah.
Thing.
I will say I did like what Danny Elfman did in the original. Is it's kind of, I feel like his which is very interesting, his theme for Spider-Man, I feel like influenced like a lot of what Marvel, like the Marvel theme that we have now. I think was very much influenced by that Spider-Man theme because
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like sounds like, tapping, like fast tapping, like spider legs, or sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing, that kind of repetitive build up.
Mm-hmm.
I always think of Spider-Man whenever I hear that because of what the Spider-Man opening, always the theme that he had, the kind of like repetitive music there. Here in Andrew's themes are very very kind of spy music here, and then there's kind of this, but also very heroic and
Mm-hmm.
sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a lot of good, and this another thing people like mention is the swinging, like the way Spider-Man like swings and does all his tricks are very quick and
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Like they're very much more how like in the comics it feels when he's like swinging around and then like does all these like jumps and hops and all that sort of stuff,
Right.
and it definitely feels very uh doesn't feel, I feel like Toby was very floaty when he did
Mm-hmm.
his.
Yeah, it was something I actually didn't notice. I'll have to take note of that if I watch it again. Glad to hear you're doing okay for Tyeth.
I don't know if Nerdy would like the Venom movies.
I don't know if it will coincide with No Way Home, but just in case, I would suggest the Venom movies. If they're focused on Venom, which obviously they probably are, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I guess I mean,
It's
I
a
can
very
read up on it.
He's a very different character in those movies.
Is it like his like backstory, like, or is it just him like killing people?
They're very unique.
Mhm.
There's a lot of violence, yeah, with this one, and he's also it's like a comedy, but it's like a very dark comedy too.
Wow, too violent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how important they will be, but I will say if Venom does show up, it's probably going to be from those movies,
Okay.
which is played by Tom Hardy.
If it does not have Hallmark vibes, I probably won't like it. Cracking my back. All right.
Um, let's see.
Could the villain be
Yeah,
a person with a tall glass and a piece of card
Oh.
to trap Spidey? What? Oh.
I think. Um.
Are you talking about Hallmark cards?
Ha 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 ha. Nice. There's like one little moment that I do love in the Andrews movies is after after him like fighting Lizard and all that sort of, and after he comes back home to Aunt May and he's got the eggs that she wanted.
Yeah.
It's like a little moment, but it's so
For all that, I still have. I got
heart-wrenching.
them. I got the eggs.
Yep, I got the eggs for you. So yeah.
Did I finally pick this?
So yeah. That's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man.
It was very, very good. I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Is he
Yeah.
saying like how you would catch a spider? Oh. In my defense, it's Friday night and I'm tired. But yes, a tall glass and a piece of card to trap Spidey. Oh, okay. I get, yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes. I got it. Oh, the woman must have been worried sick every time she saw him beaten. Yeah. I wonder if she knew what was going on.
Yeah, I feel like she did. I feel like she really knew it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was Spider-Man at this point.
Yeah.
Like at the end or something. It's one of the. I feel like in the Tobey ones, I feel like nobody knew he was Spider-Man, but in these ones, I feel like almost everyone knew it was him, or like he really didn't hide his identity as easily as Tobey did.
I thought Aunt May in the Tobey Maguire ones knew, like I feel like they kind of hinted that she did, but we didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
When he has that conversation with her when she's selling his comics or something.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
think,
she was kind of
yeah, I
hinting
think she
at
kind of knows. But yeah, I feel like in this one, Aunt May did know. Um, even I do like that. Like again, the laundry. He's like, let me do your laundry. I can do your laundry. He's like, no, like my spider suit's in here. Don't do like. And then he's sick. So he's like trying to get like cold medicine,
Mm-hmm.
but he's got to like save the day from a robbery.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. These I like these movies.
Mm-hmm. You're very good.
I like moments in these movies. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to talk about the new one that when it comes out.
Yes, definitely.
I'm like already. So yeah,
goes over her head. She
don't know when we're gonna talk about it. Don't know. Yeah.
I'm hoping to go see it around the holidays, so maybe sometime after that. And I will keep everyone posted on when I get to finally see it. So
yeah.
but it'll be fun to talk about. So
Then we have. Yeah. We have. There's like a couple other things we also need to see and talk about.
yeah, I
at some
started
point, but-
watching Shang-Chi and then I got sick, so I got like halfway through it. So that's
So, yeah.
you have to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Hawkeye. We're going to watch Hawkeye on our own, and
Yep.
then we're going to just talk about them as a whole. Which I have to keep avoiding spoilers because now people are starting to talk about it on like social media,
Yeah.
TikTok, and I'm like, scroll. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say go ahead and like watch it, and in your own time, and then we'll like I guess during the Christmas week we can talk about it, and then
I'll
like
see.
that and Spider-Man, like on 2 different days or something. We'll see when the time rolls around. But yeah, because Hawkeye is like 6 episodes, so it should be ending in 2 weeks.
All right. Well, I will be back next Friday doing my annual holiday stream. If you guys want to come, we're going to decorate the Christmas tree. We're going to light the menorah. We're going to do stories. Do I have it in here? I'm going to be reading from the Life Day book. I mean, I plan on anyway. I don't know how long they are, but I got the Life Day book with stories in it. I'm going to bake cookies and Lucifer will be baking cookies or blue milk or something on the holiday stream.
Ooh, nice.
I'm trying to guilt him into it, so we'll see. Maybe if you guys tell him to do it because he's not listening to me. Been trying for 2 years.
2
There he
years.
is. Who? What? Where? What? You on my stream next Friday.
Ice cream.
Making
Milk.
blue milk ice cream or blue milk or cookies.
Cookies, something.
I even have rainbow sprinkles for the cookies. See? So it's a deal. All right, so it's done. It's sealed. It's the deal. The deal is sealed. So we're set for next Friday. All right. I'm holding you to that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with us and for chatting with us. I appreciate it. So we both do. So we hope everybody has a great rest of the night. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll keep you posted on when the next stream is. And hope to see you all then. Bye, everyone. We all get made
Made
later.
later.
Yeah, right. Bye.